husband and I moved to the Beaches area 4 years ago from Washington, D.C. Part of the reason we moved here was because I had been at that time for 6 years suffering with Lyme disease, and we were hoping for a better quality of life here. And then in 2015, I had to have unrelated surgery, but because I was already sick, it took me twice as long to recover as it would for a healthier person. So by October of 2015, I was in a really bad place. I was not feeling healthy, I was lethargic, I was depressed. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was really miserable. I wasn't a good friend, I wasn't a good wife. And one day, I really snapped at my husband, really bad. And after that, I thought, who was that girl? Who's that girl that was so mean to the man that she loves? Something has to change. So the first thing that I did was started eating healthy. And the second thing that I did was join Training for Warriors. And two of the people that I met here are Jerry and Denise Sweat. And through spending time with them, I learned that he's the pastor of Beach Church and how involved she is with the church. And I saw them on Facebook, and I would see him posting every Sunday, services at 9 and 11. You come down and see us. And I thought, one of these days, I'm gonna go try out that Beach Church thing, see what it's all about. Because God and I have kind of had an on and off relationship pretty much my entire life. Mostly me being off, because I know he never left me. So I pulled up to what I think is the front of the church, and there was a gentleman there directing traffic. And I unrolled my window and I said, "Hi, I'm new here. Where do I park?" And he stepped aside, pointed to an empty parking space and said, "I saved this for you." And I was overjoyed because I was so nervous. And I pulled into the parking space and I got out of the car and said to the same gentleman, "Okay, I have no idea what to do now. Where do I go?" And he said, "Service is about to start. Why don't you come with me? I will walk you in myself." And again, wow. And every person that we saw on the path to get into the front door, good morning, big smiles. It was awesome. And he said to me, "So how did you learn about Beach Church?" And I said, "Well, I work out at Training for Warriors." And before I could get another word out, he said, "Well, you must know Phil Squattrito." Phil is the head coach here at Training for Warriors. And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, he and his daughter just arrived. "Why don't I take you to them? You can sit with them today." And so he took me inside and I ran into Denise and she gave me a big bear hug and a kiss on the cheek and told me how happy she was to see me. And then Coach Phil and his daughter, "Hey, Pookie, come sit with us." And so I sat with them. The service was amazing. It spoke to me. Jerry was fantastic. And afterwards I walked up and I said hello to him and he hugged me. And I saw Gary and everybody I saw hugged me and welcomed me. And it was the best day ever. From the minute I drove up to the minute I left the church, I felt held. I felt nurtured. I felt loved. I felt like I belonged. I felt like I was home. Because one of the biggest things that has been missing from my life is being filled with peace and joy. And when I see those people, when I see Jerry and Denise, they're always filled with peace and joy. It doesn't matter what's going on in their life. And that's what I want. So I kept coming back. And about my third or fourth visit, when Jerry asked us to bow our heads and asked if there was anyone who was ready today to give their life to Christ, to raise their hand. And I did. I didn't really know what that means. I just know that I see these wonderful, beautiful people who spend their lives filled with peace and joy in loving the Lord, and I want that. I want that to be my life. I want to be part of that family. So I keep coming back, and I'm ready for the journey, and I still don't know exactly what it means, but I'm all in.